Hi guys, welcome back. This is Kirill, your justice analyst from Belarus living in Germany, and we continue with Eurovision 2025. Today we talk about the country of tulips, stroopwafel and Europapa, and it's of course the Netherlands. The Netherlands have decided to again opt for the internal selection, which sometimes was very successful, like in the case with the Duncan Lawrence.
I got addicted to a losing game.
But very often, unfortunately, also not so successful. And this year, the Dutch broadcaster Arno Krabman has chosen 21 years old Claude. Claude is actually originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo, which his family, so his mom with kids, fled when he was just 9 years old. So he also lived in the beginning in this kind of asylum. He even took part in the Voice Kids a couple of years ago. And as you can see, Stromae is his big inspiration, and actually in 2023 he was supposed to be like an opening act for the concert of Stromae in the Netherlands, but unfortunately the concert was cancelled. In any case, Claude himself has released his first single in 2022 and it became #1 hit in the Netherlands. And actually not only in the Netherlands, but also in a lot of Eastern European countries, Belarus, Russia, Kazakhstan, which unfortunately don't take part, so this kind of fame will not really help him. And as you maybe have already noticed, he gladly performs in French language because of course this is his mother tongue, which is one of the official languages in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So kind of unusual to see the Dutch artist to perform in French, but of course knowing his backstory, this kind of makes sense. And his Eurovision entry, titled C'est la vie, was written by Arno Krabman, who many of you might still remember for the song De Diepte by Estelle. If it will be De Diepte #2, I'm happy with that. I think this was a great song. It was also a great result for the Netherlands in the Eurovision final. But now, first of all, let's take a look at the lyrics of C'est la vie. Claude is singing to us, "That's life she sent to me. I remember when I was little, when I was just a little boy. I remember this melody saying it's like this, then it's like that. It goes up, it goes down, and around and around. What will be, will be." So let's just sing a song about this life, which is a miracle. Sometimes it's love, sometimes it's miserable. He often repeats this phrase, "C'est la vie," that's life, to kind of express resignation or acceptance of things beyond our control. Claude is telling to us that sometimes things don't go the way we hope, but we still have to accept them and keep going. And these lyrics, they really reflect a mix of sadness and understanding, showing that while change and loss can be painful, they're just a natural part of life. And I think it definitely tells his own personal story about this moving from Congo, you know, something what probably looked to him as a child as a very emotional and difficult period of time, leaving family, leaving friends, leaving everyone behind, going to a completely new world where people speak some very strange Dutch language, and then still enjoying this life, trying to find love in this life. So very inspiring song, very inspiring story, and it's great that Claude will be able to tell it to us through Eurovision. So now, without further talking, let's just go for the first listen. So will it be like a male French version of De Diepte? I really hope so, but let's see. Yeah, so it seems like it's really showing us the story of the young Claude.
C'est la vie, she sang to me.
Beginning sounds so much like the French entry from last year's Eurovision.
It goes up, it goes down, and around and around.
The music video kind of reminds of Papa Ute. Okay, I haven't seen this coming.
Sometimes miserable, and I still hear my mama's voice.
It's quite funny mix of French and English lyrics. Look at him, such an artist. Somehow chorus really sounds so familiar for some reason. Oh, this is beautiful. His voice is gorgeous. What a beautiful entry from the Netherlands this year. If it wouldn't have this kind of electronic beat in it, I think it would be like a very classical French ballad, so something what we definitely would expect from France in the Eurovision Song Contest and in general in France on the radio. But because the Netherlands is of course a country of electronic music, they had to add this Dutch twist to the song, and I think it fits really well. It still has this beautiful, a little bit chanson-like chorus, which sounds so familiar, like something what we have heard many times, which is definitely helping. I think it's really easy to remember, to sing along, and it will definitely captivate a big audience. But now let's go for the second list, and I will start throughout and we will discuss a bit more in detail. Have you heard this part with the winner is? I think there was also some song playing before that. Let me double check that. So basically it's Conchita's performance. It was Rise Like a Phoenix song. So the small Claude was watching this on TV, was so shocked and was so inspired by that performance by Conchita and by Eurovision Song Contest in general that he was kind of dreaming of going there. Oh, this is such a sweet story. Yeah, but this kind of dancing, I think it's definitely a tribute to Stromae, who is such a big inspiration for Claude. So I think this music video, just like the song, are very personal to him. And sorry, I just have to say I really love his green sweater. It's my favorite color. I definitely need to get the same one for me. It's so Eurovision, you know, this kind of crazy combination of English lyrics together with French lyrics. That's what we love Eurovision for. So Claude already shows to us he knows how to dance, he knows how to move, he will not stand like a tree on the stage. I just hope he will not overdo it, because with this kind of intensity of movements, I don't think he will be able to hold his vocals so that the song sounds good. In general, I think this dancing, which we can see in the music video, is great. They can just transmit it one-to-one to the Eurovision stage. It's definitely my favorite part. His vocal is really shining throughout this part. It sounds so emotional, beautiful. They cannot bring this cute boy on stage in order to really show us what we see in this music video, because unfortunately in the live performance on the Eurovision stage, everyone has to be at least 16 years old. I find it very interesting that now two last released entries, the Netherlands and Australia, are both using lyrics in French. Of course, in Australian case, it's just one part in the bridge, which is performed by some ladies. But the Dutch entry, I think first time ever, is almost completely in French, which is very cool. Of course, it has also some particular meaning for the artist that it's in French, but maybe it's also partially influenced by the success of Slimane with his beautiful ballad last year for France.
Mon amour, te souviens-tu de nous?
So let's see how many other entries we will see this year using French phrases. But talking about the entry of Claude, I think this is just the perfect, solid Eurovision entry. It has very personal connection to the artist. It has very touching story behind, which I think many viewers will be able to relate to. It also has this very kind of nostalgic, catchy chorus, which people will definitely remember quite easily. It has dances, it also has emotion, so it's like a mix of ballad and the dance track. It also has a very charismatic, handsome young artist. So I think the Netherlands has really made a very right choice. It's like very well planned entry. Maybe for some people it will be even a little bit too perfectly planned, because there are not so many surprises. And interestingly, it in the sound of the song has almost nothing to do with the diepte, even if the composer is the same. But now let's take a look at the Dutch history in the Eurovision semifinals and see how the televoters were ranking them. And as you can see on your screen, if we talk about all the 15 years, the Netherlands is ranked only 17th, so kind of below average, from 2005 until 2011, when they were failing to qualify each and every year in accordance with the televote. If we take a look at only the last 5 years, they're definitely higher. They're on place 13, because one time they have failed to qualify and one time they were an automatic qualifier after the win of Duncan Lawrence, which means that this qualification rate of 75% out of 4 occasions brings them only to place 13. But let's take a look where the Netherlands will perform in the Eurovision semifinals this year. And as you can see on your screen, this time the Netherlands were drawn first semifinal and its second half, being there along countries like Azerbaijan, Albania, San Marino, Belgium, Cyprus, Croatia and Norway. We already have in the second half a couple of other male artists, for example Kyle Alessandro from Norway, Cypriot singer, also Red Sebastian from Belgium and the band from Azerbaijan. So actually it's not really such a good draw for the Netherlands, but in any case it's the first semi-final which has just 15 entries, which means only 5 songs will be eliminated, and I think this entry is just so solid, so many people will relate with this, that I just can't see the Netherlands not qualifying this year. And what about the Eurovision fans? Let's take a look at the Eurovision scoreboard. So as you can see on your screen, Netherlands are ranked 7th out of 22 entries, so being below Poland, Malta, Norway, but above Belgium, Lithuania, Luxembourg, and kinda having there a very solid position because they have a big gap towards Poland, but even bigger gap towards Belgium. And I would say if Eurovision community is already ranking a male singer so high, it probably means he will really do well. And let's see how the bookmakers are ranking Claude. So you can see on your screen that Claude is currently ranked 11th, being behind Australia, Belgium and Portugal, and then above Malta, Cyprus and Ukraine. It's actually kind of funny because I think that song De Diepte, which was written by the same composer, also has finished on 11th place in the final. And for me, it really sounds like some of those other Dutch entries which were just very solid, good entries like for example Light and Shadows.
Fly, you'll be free. You should never cry, no.
And interestingly, even that entry has finished in 11th place. So for me, it really seems like Claude should finish on 11th place this year, but I really hope that he will surprise us with some very creative staging and that then they can jump finally into the top 10. What kind of staging can we expect from this entry? In general, I have to say the Netherlands are not really famous for bringing something extraordinary. For example, last year there was so much hype around Joost Klein, but I think many people would agree that his live performance was a bit simple, like they could have done with the song so much more. In the end, it was just, yeah, standard LED behind him. He was just walking a bit. So I'm kind of afraid that they might mess up with the staging because the song has the potential, but it definitely needs a lot of support. So I think the usage of those dancers is good. They should keep them. Claude himself should dance as well, but still not too much so that his vocals become shaky. Because in this song, I think his voice is so much in focus. There is not so much backing vocal used throughout. So he really should have enough time to breathe in, to breathe out, and his vocal should be flawless at the first place. So that's what I have thought about the Dutch entry C'est la vie. It's a solid, great entry, definitely something what will go to my playlist and definitely something what will decorate the Eurovision final. How much did you like it? Do you think it's original enough or maybe it was not surprising enough for you? Please let me know down below in the comments. Subscribe to my channel if you still haven't for some reason. Like this video and tune in for the next one. Bye bye.